Hello.
Until our friend returns,
Hang on, well, you gotta get the game in here.
I will hold the line.
I got right during the scene transition. I recognize that city. I saw a picture of it.
This town certainly has changed.
And we also heard that Thancred had like a new girlfriend. I wonder if we're gonna meet her. We're getting in it. Hi, kitty. Will you meow for the people? Meow for them. I don't know if they could hear you. I'm going to meow you manually. That was a pretty good one. You got another? You got another meow in you. Come on. Meow. There we go. Alright, are you happy? Are you a happy kitty? Whew. Good morning, everybody. I'm Old Man Sugarheart. Today we are playing Final Fantasy XIV. We are in Mordsook. And we just ate a bunch of bugs. And it was great. Would do it again. I actually looked up on the internet whether there were different results based on what you chose. And nope. They're all basically the same. We ate the bugs, and they were yummy, and I regret nothing. Alright, let's get started. So excited to be in Stormblood. Yeah, I mean Shadowbringers. We'll get used to saying that. I still think it was a mistake for them to, like, have two expansions starting with SB, like, one right after the other. You have courage, my friend. Ronron's wares are more exotic than harmful, but I don't envy you the bellyache you'll have on the morrow. Right, now that you've eaten, I expect you're eager to get back on the road. Would you mind if we delayed our departure a touch? I have a few deals left to close before I conclude my business here in Mordsook. What about my needs? Oh, offering your services, are you? Aye. Well, an assistant would certainly help hurry things along. I have a receipt here for some goods that need picking up at the market. All properly paid for. I just need you to do the lifting and carrying. Alright. And here you are going off to bed. Ada, no! It's Friday. Do you work Saturday? It's the only reason I'll excuse this sort of behavior. I'll go and take care of some last minute haggling then. See you in a bit. Wow, 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 wow. Enjoy your time on Black Mage. We'll lurk on PC whilst you head to Dreamland. Have a good dream. Have them be sweet and whatnot. It will be good. Give me this cured leather. Hungry again? You have a strong stomach, friend. But I wouldn't eat those. Oh, right. Good. Yeah. Whoops. Naboth, Orang, Antiquities, Mill, to be collected from Mulmul. Give me the leather. Do I have to target Ron while I do that? No. So it's not you. Okay, I see it. I see it. I need table cactus from Thon Thon, iron ore from Thol Thol, and Nabatharang from Meal Meal. So really, I'm just wandering around, huh? But yeah, I definitely feel that. Last week, let's see, that's water. Not what we need. Latgar, you're not a person. Thol. That's one of the names that matters. Gimme. Cassard sent you, did he? Right, yes. What kind of ore was it again? Iron. Iron ore, of course. I would explain this box I have here. It's all yours. Hi, Sophie. She's idle. I wonder if she's reading a book. All right. So let's start popping into houses, I guess. Nope. Thon. And Mool. We need Mill. You came with Cassard, yes? Good. I can finally stop thinking about that sack. Please take your prickly purchase. See, those are antiquities. But we need Meal to be collected from Mule. Are you guys related? Give me the stuff. Hey, no touching. The merchandise is spoken for. You couldn't possibly change my mind with a better offer. What? Cassard sent you? Well, why didn't you say so? I wouldn't dream of selling his goods to a higher bidder. Oh, no. How about the relics? Wasn't it? All packed in the box there. Handle with care. One relics, please. It feels weird to collect a box of relics like that. Because I'm thinking, like, isn't that one of those things you would purchase, like, one at a time? You can't just say, like, give me a box of antiques, please. Before you know it, I'm being human trafficked. Oh, you know what? We should drink some orange juice. That's the stuff. Don't tell me you've been around the entire market already. Yeah, man.
Thanks,
Hurry it
David.
up. Mephisto Faust, thank you for the follow. That's the lot. All right, good work. And quick work too, considering you've not set foot in the place before. Thought you wanted to sit in the city like the Exarch, but something tells me you're not a stranger to visiting strange lands. Unfortunately, your efficiency presents something of a problem. Hope to conclude all my business before you return. It seems there's still some confusion over one of the orders I placed. I've had to drag in my middleman to sort this mess out. I'm sorry to make you sit around and twiddle your thumbs. Cassard! Feels like ages since I last saw you. Hey girl, hey. Well, if it isn't the lovely Tesleen. It has been a while, but your timing couldn't be better. This gentleman was on his way to meet with Alisaie. I'm supposed to be taking him to your corner of the desert, but a misplaced order has commandeered my attention. Wait, I know who you are. Alisaie has told me so much about you. You're old, aren't you? It's like talking to like my kids' friends. I knew it. How wonderful to meet you in the flesh after hearing all those stories. I'm Tesleen. I work as a carer at the inn. I've gotten to know Alisaie quite well since she took up guard duties there. You want me to take over as Old's guides, Cassard? My shopping's all done and packed for the road, so it would be no trouble. It would be a great help, thank you. Well, it looks like you'll be able to head straight out after all. My caravan and I will be waiting in the area for a while yet. Seek me out when you've had your fill of Almerang, and I'll send you back to the Crystarium. Yeah, thanks, man. Mighty kind of you. So why do you give me a box of gloves instead of just giving me the gloves? Is it because... Hang on, I can't see the gloves very well. Let's get up next to a wall so we can mush the camera. It's not a bad look. Morning, Sugarheart. Morning, 10 Days. How are you doing? Whoop. There we go. I do like the plain brown leather road gloves. Alisaie has been desperate to see you, Old. So let's get you to her sooner rather than later. The inn isn't too hard to find, really. You can actually see the top of the rock spires from here. Rock spires? You lied. We just need to swing around the ridge, then head south. Come on, I'll get my supplies together and meet you outside. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, we step out here. Rock spires. Ah, there they are. Now I believe you. All set? Oh, I should probably mention the wildlife. Most of them will leave you be if you keep your distance. The local coyotes have learned to prey on folk heading home from the markets. I can usually swing a sword well enough to fend them off, but I may have loaded myself down with too many bargains today. Think you could handle any beasts that try to make a meal of us? I thought you might. Alisaie was always saying how much you... I mean, let's get going, shall we? How much I like exploding coyotes? It's no secret. Ooh, I think we are actually fighting. We have not done much of that. I don't think, like, there was any combat for, like, 2 whole hours last week. And so the game is finally like, you know what? Maybe we should make them play the game. Sorry, there wasn't much time to shout a warning. Were you bitten? Those things can be nasty. And yet, hardly a match for you, it seems. I always thought Alisaie was strong, but in her mind, she was never... Now it all makes sense. We should push on. Might be the best if you scout ahead and clear out any coyotes that have our scent. I'll wait here, so you can fight without any distractions. There's something a little off about her. Maybe I'm just paranoid. But I think she wants me to barbecue coyotes. To To what ends, I have no idea. Gonna switch it up so we can hit you with the lightning. Let me give you like one of these 1-2s. And that'll teach you for being an animal in the wild. I do appreciate this not being like an escort mission. All right, I barbecued a few puppies for you. Oh, thank goodness you're back. I could hear the howling and snarling from here. Frightful creatures. Let's hope the rest have seen your handiwork and know to avoid us now. I need to get these supplies back to the inn. Nyarm. Sneak around the turtle. Avoid the moles. There is an aetheryte over here in the spires. When she said in the spires, they really are like in the spires. Now I'm going to touch that and I'm going to give the owl porter a squeeze as well. Hey girl, hey. We have Amaro for hire if you're interested. Actually, before I forget, let me add your name to the register. That way, you'll be able to come back here anytime you like. Alright. This is it. Thanks to you, I didn't have to drop my shopping even once. Come to think of it, I'm glad I didn't make the trip alone. Seems you ended up escorting me. I'll have to repay the favor somehow, but first, let's head inside, shall we? Why, you got puppies in there to cook? They don't seem so hot. Welcome to the inn at Journey's Head. You might be our first visitor from the Crystarium since Alisaie arrived. It's not much, but it's home for the afflicted and a handful of carers. This isn't contagious, is it? Contagious? Well, no, not as far as we know. I don't think I've met anyone besides Alisaie who is so unfamiliar with our situation here. Most folk have grown up knowing someone who knew someone. I might leave out something obvious, so it may be best to have Alisaie give you the full explanation. You know, since these videos are almost like a little time capsule of a sort, I feel like now's the time to like mention a week or two ago there was a crazy scare of like a potential new pandemic called the hantavirus. Like it covered like the news for like a week and a half. It infected exactly one person. And they just like went on and on and on about it. I just thought, you know, when you see this episode 30 years in the future, just know how dumb we were back in 2026 about various contagious infectious diseases. And how dumb the news probably still is. It's probably worse now. Here in the year 2036. I'll also predict, I bet there'll be another pandemic by then. And so maybe it won't be as crazy, but we'll see. Tesleen casts her gaze around the inn, hoping to spot Alisaie. Now, where is she? I think she might be out on patrol. You could wait, I suppose, but why not go and surprise her? She actually takes a look at things from the watchtower first, so you might be able to catch her there. It's not far. Head out to the south, and you'll soon see it. I'll stay behind in case she comes back while you're gone. Is that the watchtower? Did it get split in half? Oh, that's gotta be the watchtower. Because that's where I'd go to watch things. I like how there's a different pile of enemies over here. Sugar, Night-Lautrec, how are you doing? Alisaie is nowhere to be seen, but you spot a fresh set of footprints on the ground. They look to be about the right size. I mean, I can head out in that direction. The small footprints lead off to the northwest. They didn't, but alright. They continue on to the northwest. Look, I'm all for tracking. But like, I feel like in the case of trying to find somebody with like a teenage girl's body, maybe don't. Maybe wait patiently at the inn. The footprints continue out to the west. Would you mind, Mr. Gilman? You're fantastic. How am I? I'm doing okay. I don't think I got enough sleep this week, but that's fine. Footprints curve around to the west. What? But you know, I'm doing better than last week when I overslept and missed my first Shadowbringers stream. There are more tracks here, but they end in a mess of disturbed sand. Wonder if somebody's out here eating sins.
Get back here! Is that... It can't be.
Impressive. Stay positive.
Just a lesser sin eater. Nothing to write home about. I knew you'd turn up sooner or later, but I had been hoping for sooner. How are you?
Do the Japanese always like start looking at thighs before they make eye contact? I mean, I do. It's just because I'm afraid of like eye contact. But sometimes I worry that the camera panning from like feet to head
We've fought them to a standstill then.
in like every video game might like build some bad habits in the youth.
The Exarch did say that the Empire seemed to have drawn back when he last looked in on the source. But without knowing for sure how fast time was passing there, I couldn't help worrying that a lot might have happened since then. I'm heartily relieved to hear that it hasn't, just as Alphino must have been. As you can imagine, both he and Urianger were desperate to hear the news from home when I arrived.
I haven't seen them yet.
I haven't actually seen Thancred and Y'shtola yet, but they will have heard all the latest developments from the Exarch by now, or should have at least.
You'd get stuck on the feet knowing me? Well, no, hang on. I don't have the foot fetish. I'm just willing to appeal to anybody who does. I have great feet. I'm the supplier, not the demander. Like, I'm a young entrepreneur.
Taro and the others must be. I want nothing more than to rush back and reassure them. But we still haven't found a way to reverse the summoning. And even if we had, we couldn't just ignore Urianger's vision.
I'm just looking for, like, new revenue streams, you know? Like, I'll start a Patreon for feet pics.
He may use 10 words where one would suffice, and they may often obscure as much as they reveal.
Whatever you say, Sugar Lamau. There was one person I saw recently, and I don't know why I thought this, but for some reason I was like, I bet you have great feet. Like, have you ever met somebody and thought, like, you know, they probably have perfect feet? I mean, like, besides me.
But on this matter, he was as clear as day. I do not doubt for one moment that he saw what he claims.
Like, you know, I'm not interested in the feet. I just, you know, I was like, that is a person with great feet, I'm sure. I can't say you have. Well, like, I mean, I couldn't say I have before the other day either. It was just like, yep, that is a great foot-having person.
Nor how difficult it must have been to speak about them. The 8th Umbral Calamity and your death aren't exactly topics for idle conversation. As much as I might want to go home, I don't want to go home to that. We can't allow the rejoining to happen, which means we have to save the first from the Sin Eaters.
And so it began.
That great wall of white is a remnant of the flood.
I want to say I'm a little too old to develop fetishes. I don't know that, like, people do develop fetishes after, like, the age of 30. Like, I kind of
100
assume.
years ago, the balance in the first tipped decisively in favor of light. From that moment, it rose and swelled with each passing day, and then, without warning, it burst forth like water from a broken dam.
Like, I think I'm past the age of discovery for fetishes. I'm, like, on the degrading slope. But, like, maybe something new will come up. Like, I imagine there could be, like, a surprise experience. Like, maybe one day I slip and fall into a vat of shrimp, of live shrimp, and then I'd be like, oh, well, that awakened something in me. But, like, other than that, like, I think I'm set for weird fetishes.
A colossal wave of pure light, drowning everything in its wake. Only Norvrant was spared.
Probably boils down to how adventurous you are, I imagine. Oh, I'm quite adventurous. It's just like, there's not... And that, how many more adventures do I have?
For the most part, living things are composed of ether of various different aspects. But when exposed to such a flood, their etheric harmony is shattered, and their natural form breaks down.
Hey, maybe I'm not adventurous anymore. Because, like, I'm looking forward to retirement so I can sit here and play video games. Like, there are other people who are looking forward to retirement so that they can travel the world. Or at least that used to be the thing. Let's hope that doesn't happen. The falling into a vat of shrimp? I mean, that's the sort of adventure I have.
Then they either perish, or are warped into mindless abominations.
Like, you just kind of like seize the opportunities as they come up. Like, you meet a new person, they're like, hey, I work at a shrimp factory. Would you like a tour? You can take your kids. I'll be like, yeah. I'll come see you at a shift at the shrimp factory.
Yes, that's how the Sin Eaters came to be. They were once living creatures, or people, that were caught in the path of the flood.
Want to dive in? Well, I think, like, the health inspector would have something to say about that, but, like, if I went to a shrimp factory and they're like, do you want to take a dip in the vat? Like, they're like, for real, it will blow your mind. I'm taking a dip in that vat. Like, I used to, when I was a kid, I would swim in an irrigation ditch that had, like, a lot of fish in it. Like, little bottom feeders that would nibble on you. I imagine it'll be a lot like that. Oh, that's where that fetish came from.
Once the change is wrought, there is no going back. In that instant, they are gripped by an insatiable appetite for ether, and will happily gorge themselves on any living thing within reach. But even that is not the worst of it. The stronger Sin Eaters can plant light in us, like seeds in soil, corrupting our ether, and triggering the birth of new monstrosities. They are creatures of base instinct that exist only to feed and to multiply. They feel no pity, know no remorse, and are utterly deaf to reason, which is why they must be destroyed. Every last one of them. The infirmary is full of the Sin Eaters' victims, left here to spend their final hours waiting for the change to overtake them.
But yeah, am I alone in the taking a dip in the shrimp vat? Like, if somebody offered you the opportunity, you wouldn't swim with the shrimp? It's just a matter of time. More of some, less for others. Those patients will all become monsters in the end. To add insult to injury, afflicted or feared, shunned, cast out of society and exiled here to the edge of the world. The only good thing I have to say about this hellish place is that it has served me well as a training ground. Tisleen and the others have also been kind enough to share their knowledge of the Sin Eaters, which is knowledge I can now share with you. Well, you help me finish my patrol, of course. Yeah, that sounds fine. I did miss the important part about, like, the affliction being potentially contagious. Like, is this like a zombie outbreak? Do I have to be concerned? I mean, you've been doing this for 5 years. That's probably fine. Here's what we'll do. I'll take the east side of the inn. You clear the west. And that way you can have an undiluted experience with the resident terrors. I'll mark on these spots on your map where the get cooked. One of these is triple cast. Woo! I'll mark on your map where the usual trouble spots are. You can assume that any beast with a white hide or carapace is a Sin Eater, but you'll know for sure soon enough when they come slavering after your Aether. Ooh. Remember, it's kill or be killed with these monsters. Once you've slain whatever's prowling around out there, we can rendezvous back in the north entrance. Good hunting. The shrimp have their vat, I have mine. Excuse me, we were having a moment here. Yeah, like... It's... I think I'm more happy than annoyed that, like, the game is actually doing stuff. Like, it's been too long since I've actually had, you know, to fight the occasional monster. And so it's nice to be a level that actually draws aggro. It makes you feel like you're in the right place, even if it is slightly annoying. I'm also getting some good sliding back into the ley lines practice. Forgiven cowardice. Man, I have to go back and, like, watch my own videos, which is quite a chore. I mean, like, why would anybody watch this? Here, let's have some orange juice before this next fight. Kitty! Gonna hop up here? That was me lowering the arm of my chair. There you go, buddy. They could do with revamping the overworld. Oh, there were no sins here. Hi, kitty. Yeah. This is the real reason my stream gets any traffic is here, meowing into the mic. Give him a good meow. Ow. Ow. Was not a meow, that was a bite. So I was talking about shrimp bats, and I might have ignored a bit of the story. Seeing as how I'm fighting forgiven cowardice here, I get the impression the afflicted are people who have sinned, and then, I don't know, the powers that be in the light have forgiven their sins and turned them into sin eaters? Which, you know, makes sense. Alisaie probably explained it all, but we were talking about feet and shrimp. Pretty on the money? Nice. How did you fare? Pretty good. I thought there might be one or two lurking out on the fringes. Nothing out of the ordinary for this area. I expect you noticed it yourself, but individually, these lesser sin eaters are no more deadly than any natural predator you might encounter in the desert. It's when they appear in numbers that they pose a threat. Much like the void scent, they have an unfortunate tendency to flock to the strongest of their kind. Thus, when a powerful sin eater goes on the hunt, it might be attended by a veritable swarm of weaker kin. Imagine an army of such creatures descending upon a village or hamlet. That's the basic idea behind my patrols, to cull their ranks often enough that their numbers won't be overwhelming when the big ones come out to play. And you've certainly helped on that front. Let's report our victories to Tesleen, shall we? Makes sense. But I wonder if there's like an aspect of controlled fires to this. Like with fire, like wildfires, you don't want to put out every single one. Because then like the trees have an opportunity to like overgrow and cause a big explosion all at once. Let me imagine how that would work. So like, you kill all the sin eaters, right? The people go, get complacent and grow comfortable. And then maybe they get overtaken by more petty sins like greed and avarice. And possibly lust or other gross things. And anyway, that becomes some sort of an epidemic, you know, like capitalism. And then all of a sudden, you've got this massive incursion where, like, you know, normally with these monsters creeping up, like, you get some occasional wraths and cowardice spawns. I'm making this up. Anyway, Alisaie tells me you helped out on her patrol. You have my thanks. And my apologies for leading you from one battle to another ever since the moment we met. That's pretty normal. In any case, I'm glad to see the two of you found each other. You have no idea how badly Alisaie has missed your company. Everything is always, if Old was here, he would... That's an exaggeration. I don't sound like that either. Simply trying to view matters from another perspective, and I respect Old's methods. The old ways. Honestly, after seeing him in action, I can understand why. The way he leaps into the fray without hesitation, it really is something to behold. I might get a little smitten myself. Only teasing. I have no doubt he deserves all the admiration he gets, just as you do. And now he has a new hat. You were joking about falling for me before. But how about now? You can't see my eyes. I do like that hat. I like that hat a lot. But we stick with the glamour. Is there like a quick glamour apply? Handsome, right? I'd love to lay out a welcome meal, but the duties I put off when I went to the market are still waiting for me. There are 101 things that need doing. I'm sorry. Oh, you mind waiting here with Alisaie? What, and twiddle our thumbs while you work yourself to death? Surely there's something we can help you with. I could do with a hand, it's true. Thank you. You can start by helping me sort out the larder, Alisaie. While we do that, you could tend to a few patients, perhaps. There are 3 in particular I meant to visit. It's just a matter of saying a few words to them. And seeing that their skin isn't caked in sand. Their names are Ponel, Toden, and Halric. They might not give much in the way of a response, but I promise they'll be pleased to meet someone new. You can set up a macro for glams? That makes sense. Alright, the kitty has left. Possibly to bite my feet. I am looking forward to the day in real life when people can dress how they want. Like, I feel like that day is coming where, like, Final Fantasy glamours become more of a real thing. There's technically nothing stopping you now. Except, you know, societal expectations. Needing to count on, like, people to care who you are and what you're about in order to employ you and whatnot. I feel like a day in a post-scarcity society is coming where you can wear your robe and wizard's hat to the grocery store. Maybe your fursuit in the pursuit of happiness. Thank you. Hey, where is everybody else? Ah. Looking a little pale there. Let me slather some honey on your face. Totem glances up at you blankly, but you notice the tension in his face ease slightly. Hey, kid. Let me just wave at the table. Arlek remains utterly still as you wipe the sand from his cheek. The texture of his skin is hardened in something akin to plaster. Gotcha. So, like, they're going through the stages of sin eating. You've seen the patients. How were they? Gross. Good. That's good. I knew they would enjoy meeting you. I am concerned about Halric, though. I have to speak with the other carers, but I think his time may be near. We shall leave you to have that discussion then. I was going to take Old to Mord Sook. You have any errands that need doing? Well, I suppose there is one thing. Did you pick up the nectarine, a nectarine from the markets, please? Cassard's caravan just passed through, so Ron should have some fresh fruit. Come then, Old. There's something I want you to see right after we stop at Ron's stall, of course. My man Ron. Robe and wizard hat? Isn't that just what they do in Florida? Usually it takes some strain of meth, but yeah, they do that. Going somewhere? Why not travel in style? Ever since the pandemic, my job has been a work from home position. And so I have been investing in more like comfort clothing. And so in real life, I am dressed in more white mage gear than the average person. You know, fluffy hoodies that are 10,000 times bigger than I actually need. But also in the summer, I switched to like more linen gears. Like I've discovered a love for linen shirts. And I want to invest more in clothing, especially for the sake of comfort, you know? Comfort clothing just can't be beat. Yeah, I do get strange looks every now and then when I order a pizza. And then like I shuffle out of the house looking dapper as hell. They're like, don't you live in a society? And I'm like, nope, not me. I live in a basement. Oh, back again, are you? Need another taste of Ronron's wares? Actually, we're looking to buy a nectarine. You have any in stock? Oh yes, nectarines, peaches, grapes, fresh and juicy. Given how richly you cracked your coin purse with me, I might still owe you food. Here, take this one, free of charge. Gods, I've never seen a Mord merchant give something away for nothing before. How much coin did you spend here? Oh yes, I'll take a jar of honey worms as well. Hey, that's what I had. Oh no, they're not for me. It's an offering of sorts. The worms, if you please. Best wrigglers for you. Come again, my friend. Okay, look, they're not worms. They're grubs. Right, that's our shopping chores taken care of. Let's head up past the Aetherite to the main tower. The view I want to show you can only be seen from its very top. Ooh, that sounds fun. One of the best things about this expansion so far has been the views, but yeah. You think those are worms? They've got feet. Maybe they should open an OnlyFans. It's about the only way to make any money these days. I'm just kidding. The average OnlyFans income is like $87 a month. Don't do it. I mean, like, unless that's your passion. In which case, follow it. Here are your precious worms. That buys us a trip to the top of the tower, does it not? Glazed wrigglers, you actually brought them. I really shouldn't let you, but just this once, alright? Only once. Never fails, shall we?
Look, over there, where the wall is broken. Do you see what lies beyond?
Is that sand or...
That's what the land became after the light flooded in. An empty white nothingness. Life cannot exist in such conditions. The primordial light would wreak havoc on the body's etheric balance.
Is it like liquid or solid or gas?
That nectarine you bought. It's Halric's favorite fruit.
You think we can hit him with it from here?
Most of the patients, Halric included, survived the attacks of powerful eaters. But their fate was sealed all the same. The monster's corruption has entered their bodies, and their very essence is being subsumed by light. The twisted state of the world itself just makes matters worse. Under normal circumstances, a person's ether naturally tends to equilibrium. But for these poor souls, the opposite is true. Sooner or later, every single one of them will turn.
All the more reason to hit him with the fruit.
Patients, they all know this. They know what has to be done before the change goes too far, before the eater within takes over. The preferred method is mixing poison into their favorite food. In my time here, I've borne witness to a lot of last meals. I feel just as helpless as before. No matter how hard I fight, it's never enough. But it's a war I mean to wage, nonetheless. Speaking of wars, do you remember how I made you promise not to leave me and then promptly collapsed? Well, let's just say I had a few choice words for the Exarch concerning the timing of his summons. But even if the fault lay with someone else, I couldn't shake the feeling that I'd abandon you on the battlefield. So I swore that I'd make up for my absence there by making a difference here. And that's what keeps me moving forward, even when things seem hopeless. On which note, it's time we headed back. The longer we keep Tesleen waiting, the harder this will be for her.
Trying to remember how long she imagines she's been here. It's like 5 years, right? Oh yeah, I saw another aetheryte in the distance. Wonder when we'll go touch that one. I've been actually looking up a lot about, well, not looking up. I get YouTube recommended videos for like people, this one series where like celebrities eat like their last meal, or at least influencers. You know, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Sam Reich, various comedians, Jamarco Cerezi. And like, it's a super interesting show. They like bring somebody in, they eat like 7 courses of like what their last meal would be. I love those. You love those too? Yeah, they're so good. Like, it's fascinating. I'm glad I was able to show you all that. When it comes to understanding the catastrophe which befell the first, one glimpse of the empty wasteland beyond the wall is more than an hour of Urianger's lecturing. I need you to know beyond a doubt that Tesleen has no other choice. The nectarine will be a kindness. It isn't just a threat proposed to others. When the person becomes the eater, the pain appears to be excruciating. The carers are truly fond of their wards, and I would spare them that suffering. There's a way of fighting back that is against a fate worse than death. So, like, I'm kind of thinking, like, what would my last meal be? Like, I think that's what everybody would think, right? Where am I going? Back down there? We can take the bird. And I think I would want to do, like, doing my life in reverse kind of thing. Like going through meals that were staples of certain eras in my life. Where's the bird person? They're over here, right? That and Hot Ones are probably some of your favorites when it comes to YouTube shows. Hot Ones is interesting, right? But like, what? I've never seen an episode of Hot Ones. I know exactly what you mean. Like, people are basically interviewing while they're eating wings, right? But like, I'm curious how that goes. I would be a good guest on Hot Ones because like I've definitely got like a tolerance limit, and you could definitely meet that, and it would be physically visible what would happen to me. Going somewhere? Why not travel in style? Yeah, okay. I guess I did see somebody, I think it was actually the CEO of Twitch, Tom Clancy. Tom Clancy? Or is he the Rainbow Six guy? He was doing an interview where they were eating wings. And like, it wasn't Hot Ones. It was somebody just like copying Hot Ones for clout. Sean Evans is amazing at what he does. I've got to figure out who Sean Evans is. Wait, is Sean Evans the guy from The Last Meal? Does he also do Hot Ones? Dan Clancy. Yeah, I keep getting them confused. You're back. Hope you had a nice time. Did you manage to find a nectarine? There you go. Dan Clancy is the Twitch guy. Thank you, thank you. I forget. I kind of worry about him. Is it that weird? Like, I worry about Dan Clancy because I feel like Twitch is destroying his psyche very slowly. Like, when he first started, I'm like, you've got some good ideas and you seem like a smart guy. And then, like, over the years, it's just been getting worse and worse. I think the last I heard, he was giving, like, influencers pile drivers on stage. I'm like, you've gotten a little lost in the sauce. Like, you've spent too much time with people who would do anything to be famous, and it's rubbing off on you. You gotta stop. Thank you. Alisaie explained why I wanted this, hasn't she? I can see it in your eyes. We may not need it just yet. I spoke with others, and we've decided to keep an eye on Halric for now. Thanks to you, though. The time does come suddenly. We'll be ready to send him on his way with a taste of happier days. You'd love to see that on live stream, though? Lamau, I think it was on live stream. I think it was before, like, the last TwitchCon. Maybe, like, some kind of special event. I think he wasn't, like, trying to pile drive influencers. I think he was trying to dance with them. And, you know, he was trying to do, like, a lift and accidentally, like, dropped somebody on stage. Now I'm like, you're old, man. Quit it. Like, I say that, and I'm out here, you know, trying to do basically the old thing. The same thing. I'm not so naive to believe that, like, I wouldn't fall prey to, like, my mind becoming mush with fame. It might happen. Maybe I'll be pile driving influencers on stage one day. Dan Clancy's going to be the next WWE superstar. He's heading in that direction, I think. Hey, Old Man Windbreaker over on Twitch. Good morning. Well, nothing is going to happen for a little while yet, so let's see if we can lighten the mood. We don't want our gloomy faces worrying the patients. I think it's time for that welcome meal, don't you? Take a seat. Now make us a nice stew. Weren't you the person who was just making poison food? How about I make you a stew? Look, don't leave the poison nectarine on the table.
Speak up if you'd like another helping. I made a little bit more than usual today.
And you've added something special to the broth, if I'm not mistaken.
Poison, I knew it.
Aye, well, it's not often we have visitors from the Crystarium, so I may have thrown in a few extra bits and bobs.
I'll have another bowl then. The rocks really bring out the flavor.
That's what I like to hear. Give me a moment to warm up the pot. In a place like this, you learn to take what moments of happiness you can get. I remember when I first came here with my mother. She was showing the early signs. I knew there was no way to save her, but I just couldn't face what needed to be done. That's the way of it for most people. Why they travel from arms to stay here. Beaten, broken souls come to wait out the inevitable, to receive the mercy of a painless death. When my mother finally left this world, I was mad with grief, but also thankful that her passing was a peaceful one.
It's on the fire. Why does she need to warm it up again? I need to see it again. But you used to like raise the pot above the fire a little bit to like simmer. Back in the olden days. But I'm pretty sure the pot was right in the fire. Maybe that's her reheating it.
It's never easy, ending a life you've cared for, even when you believe they go on to a better place. I often find myself wishing the Warrior of Darkness would come and do that part for me.
Do you see him too?
You've never heard the tale? I'm not sure where it began, but every child in Norvrent could tell you a version of it. Warrior of Darkness, servant of death, take care of our souls at our dying breath. Let sinners and eaters of sin go with thee, that all may return to the sunless sea. Well,
Catchy.
that's the version I was taught anyway. It's just an old bedtime story. He's certainly never deigned to visit us here.
Which is a good thing, surely. He sounds rather ominous.
Nah, he's alright.
Do you think so? I always liked the idea that he treated every soul the same, even the Sin Eaters.
Like, he did try to kill me once, but he was well-intentioned. What's up in the sky?
They're coming.
Desleen! Have you seen Halric? I swear, I only took my eyes off him for a moment.
Ardbert, my boy. I keep forgetting he has a real name. Oh yeah, that's like, this is the stove equivalent of a medium. Like, if it was cooking, it'd be like deep on the stove. Although, is that? Yeah. Anyway. Halric is going crazy. Old Alisaie. And we have to look for Halric. I don't know what's gotten into him. But if he's wandered out there alone, we'll assign search areas and split up. Any ideas where he might be headed? Nah, he's never done anything like this before. But it can't be coincidence that the other patients are suddenly so agitated they can sense something. In any case, let's keep the search close to the inn. Halric isn't very sure on his feet, so he won't have gotten far. I'll search the east side. Please, Halric, please be all right. I'll cover the north and west then. You take everything from here to the south. Alright. And say the pot is more important. What then, Halric? Or do you mean like when it comes to cooking? I mean, it looked like a cast iron pot, so it'd be very slow to heat up. But like once it gets hot, it would stay hot for a very long time. Yeah, screw the kid. Listen, we got honeyed worms to eat here. Alright, where am I going? Let me just squeeze through here. Boop. See no sign of Halric. Maybe he went further west. Halric, my boy. Over stew? Nuh-uh. What am I doing? What am I doing? Ah, the other side of the tree. This is a nice shady spot. You scan your surroundings in search of Halric, and suddenly you find yourself under attack. Are you Halric? You look different. Got you a nectarine. Nope, we're still searching. That was somebody else. Let me slip by you here. I like the enemies I've seen so far. Like, in terms of generic monsters that, like, hang around. Pretty cool.
Any sign of him? No luck then. But he surely can't have gone far.
Do you know what his sins are? That might help.
We should keep looking. The Sin Eaters are out in force, and if we don't find him soon, you can be sure they will.
Oh, dang. She a friend of yours?
Did you see the size of that thing? It must be one of the nasty ones. Wherever it's going, it can only mean trouble. After it!
I do remember her from the trailer.
There it is! Is that... Oh no! Ulrich!
We have to run!
Ah, dang. I was...
Tesling! No!
I had a feeling something like this would happen.
We all deserve happiness, wherever we can find it. The time left to you is precious. No one should die in pain. Mother, I...
Oh no. That's messed up. You know things are getting real when they break out like the Hildebrand face sliders.
No, 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 no!
Forgive me, Alisaie.
Woo! Well, that was sad. But isn't it just always the way they introduce you to some character who's like, I try to bring joy to those who are suffering. And then they stab them and you're like, ah, why you gotta do that? I'm sorry, old. Tried to tell the carers what happened, but I can't be the shoulder they lean on. Not like this. I got it. She did. This is so unfair. Isleen was so cheery with the patients, telling them not to be scared, that there wouldn't be any pain. Of all the people in the world to suffer such a fate. Imagine you're just as shocked as the rest of us. So I appreciate what you're doing here. Me? I can barely... I don't have the words. Without a body, we can't even give her a proper burial, and she cared about that sort of thing. About giving people the chance to say their goodbyes. I mean, like, she left some stuff, like a wing and a sword. Like, you can bury that. Like, the wing wasn't hers, but she got her own now. Alric is as unresponsive as ever. He stands motionless, staring up at the sky where the Sin Eaters made their escape. Okay. Well, it was nice meeting your friends. I've spoken with the carers. Thank you. What you're doing, it means a lot to them. To me. Sorry to interrupt. We realized we hadn't thanked you for rescuing Halric. You weren't hurt at all, were you? Hurt? There wasn't even a fight. I was too late, too slow. I thought I could protect you. Can't blame yourself for things beyond your control. You brought Halric back safe and sound. No one could have done any more. I'm sorry, but I've come to a decision. I won't be continuing in my role here. I hope you will forgive me for leaving you, and that you will delay Halric's last meal for as long as you possibly can. Not until it's too late, of course. Just give him what time you can. We always do. Of course, she would have done the same. And farewell, Halric. Keep Tesleen's words close to your heart. Wait, you're leaving this very moment? I understand how you feel, but surely this is a bit hasty. Do you even have anywhere to go? I have a destination in mind, yes, and a purpose. This damn light building without cease, it's the reason we can't save those corrupted by the Eaters. But what if we corrected the balance? Even if it was only little by little, even if it took years, it would surely make things better. Now hold on there. Everyone knows there's too much light. But how could you ever hope to get rid of it? You'd have to change the whole world. That's right. You should return to the Crystarium. I may not have been able to repel the Eaters on my own, but I can use the skills I've gained here to hurt them. Quest accepted. You know, I gotta say, I didn't expect such a cool cutscene right here, right now. Alright. We ride the birds again. I only got 30 minutes. I'm having fun. I could play this all day. Would you just crack open? Store brand Dr. Pepper with cream soda. Like, I've cut name brand sodas out of my diet, but I'm still addicted, so like I can't quit entirely. And sodas are kind of like a go-to when like life is hard, which is pretty much always, but like it's a special treat. I recognize it's making me fat and it's destroying my teeth. But like sometimes when I'm like, you know what? We got more important things to worry about, my health and face. Which strangely enough feels like all the time. Life is stressful. Which is like exactly why just like Tesla said. What was her name? Tessana? For as emotional as that scene was, I didn't bother to remember her name. It's probably a problem. But yeah, you gotta find like the little joys you can. So I've been thinking like, are there any good movies I can take my kids to see? Like, what fun event can I do that would be low impact on me but deeply meaningful to the children? Love a cold soda? I know. Forgive me, old. I couldn't stay there a moment longer. But I was serious about what I said. While the men and women at the end battle against this blight with kindness, must fight my own way with steel. Miss Alisaie, is there anything I can get you? Your swiftest Amaro. I need to return to the Crystarium immediately. As you wish. Oh, no problem just like bossing around strangers like that. Well, not like a stranger, but like a businessman. Remind me to wear goggles if we ever fly over Amarang again. Barely gotten the sand out of my eyes. But the wind did help clear my head at least. I think I'm ready to meet with the Exarch. We need to talk about how we're gonna wipe out the Sin Eaters. Shall we? Have I touched all these? Nah, there's still a couple I haven't gotten to. Where? The Docile Gate. You have business with the Crystal Exarch? Just say the word. I'd be happy to escort you to the Ocular. The word. Tesla Lamau, I'm rolling. I mean, when she first introduced herself, I'm like, man, does Elon Musk have a daughter? Because that would be like a great name. Teslana. I think he has a son. I don't know if he has a daughter. Thank you for seeking me out, old. It meant a lot to have you here at my side. Was tempted to set off again the moment that we had decided upon a direction. But you still have to visit Alphino, haven't you? But I know my brother, he'll be on the cusp of discovering something vital to our success, if he hasn't already. I'm content to stay here and consider our options for the time being, but don't keep me waiting too long, eh? Yeah, you got it. You will visit Alphino and Calusia then. Excellent. As I mentioned, your destination is an island off the west coast, so you'll need a mount capable of making the journey. Here's a letter of introduction presented to Zemjamai, the master of beasts at Temenos Rookery. He will take care of you. When you see Alphino, be sure to pass my warmest regards. So we went to like get Alisaie first, and it made sense to me in my head because she was the neediest. Or the most like, I don't know, squeakiest. I don't have a pass to the Rookery. We all know Elon loves his alien names for his kids. What did he name his kids? Because he does have like the eccentric billionaire psychopathy, doesn't he? I mean, you gotta be careful. He does have fans hiding in the woodworks. But like, I remember the exact moment when I like stopped giving him the benefit of the doubt. Naturally, it was when he lied about being good at video games for me. Are you familiar with his Path of Exile 2 debacle? Where he pretended to be the 7th best player in the world? Just absolutely the craziest thing I've ever seen. Just rife with crippling insecurity that it would be that important to him that people believed he was good at video games, and the insanity to like believe he could get away with it too just does not make sense. It had me crying when I found out. It was like, that's a broken brain right there. Like, to believe you could be the 7th best player in the world and have a job. Like, you just, it doesn't work like that. The amount of passion and dedication it takes. Like, your job has to be playing the video game to be 7th best in the world. It took everyone seconds to figure it out. It was crazy. Zeiji is one of his kids' names. That... Oh, you broke out the special characters for that one. That adds up. That tracks. Your face is unknown to me. What business have you at my rookery? Signed by the Exarch, no less. Yes, I can provide you with an Amaro passage to Colusia. I will pick you out a friendly whelp. Amaro are often used for travel, then. That's right. Mounts like my grave friend over there are a common sight in these parts. But I gather you hail from further afield, more accustomed to chocobos, perchance. I hear there are a few places where they ride little else. Seeing as you are plainly accustomed to riding unaccustomed to riding Amaro, I think it best I accompany you on this flight myself. Any Zune worthy of the name could do it, of course, but the Exarch sent you to me. Ensuring you arrive safely is my responsibility. Gather your things and meet me at the Amaro launch. One of the junior tamers will attend you while I ready the mounts. I mean, I have ridden like 7 Amaro today in like the last 2 hours. Hey, you do have Chocobo here. Excuse me. Oh. Good morning, daughter. You want to come over here and say hi to chat? He has 14 kids. Wait, Elon Musk has 14 kids?
Hello.
Maybe he does have a daughter named Teslana. Hello. What do you think of the name Teslana?
I like it.
You like it? Should I named you Teslana?
No. Like my name Howard.
So, when you were a kid, we had to like come up with names for you, right?
Yeah.
And one of the constraints I got was one of your names had to be related to a saint. No, I mean like your first or middle or last name. And so I was looking through all the saint names for women, and I found one that was a lot like Tesla. It was Tekla. So your name was almost Tekla, which is a very interesting name, but like, I've never met another Tekla, but I was like, I like the sound of that. That was my weird sounding name. That's about as weird as I would get, but it would have been such a cool name, right?
No.
No? Okay. Good to know. You were not about it at all. Well, Mom was right then. You want to fly an Amuro to Calusia? Well, I suppose Master Jamal is going with you. Wait here, please. The Master should be along with the Mount shortly. You can now travel to Calusia. Speak with the aspiring Amaro tamer to fly to the island. Elon has a daughter called Vivian. That's a human name.
The whistling breeze, mute. The pounding surf,
That's a
frozen.
Pokemon.
Time itself takes a breath. At light's edge, all is perfectly still. The world captured in a painting, locked in a moment. Music, faint and fleeting, drifts coastward on the lifeless air. And in the distance, beyond the broken earth, a city beckons.
I keep capturing screenshots because sometime in the next couple of weeks, I need to make a new thumbnail for like the Final Fantasy movie series I'm making. We are arrived. This is the Crackshell Beach on the eastern coast of Calusia. You should be safe here for the moment. Compared to the mainland, Sin Eater attacks are far less prevalent, and the native beasts are not any more dangerous than elsewhere. This is the people you should be wary of. Did I not read that right? It came out weird. Spy you that city in the distance? That is Ilmore, the island's main settlement. It rivals the Crissarium in scale, and once an ally in our battle against the abominations. For years, Ulmora and Elite have fancied themselves as the masters of what remains of our broken world. They've gone so far as to offer leaders of our settlement their protection if we bend the knee. But to say their ideals are questionable would be putting it mildly. The Crystarium is among many who resist the heavy-handed authority, and while we are not at war, our relationship with Ulmor is strained at best. It may be wise to conceal your ties with the Exarch during your stay here, especially in the vicinity of the city. That was a good thumbnail. I'm glad we understand each other. Now the Exarch has instructed me to divulge a secret that should make finding your friend a good deal easier. Listen closely. Like, the views in Shadowbringers so far have been amazing. Like, look at that. So pretty. Hi, kitty. What are you doing?
We wanted to drink your soda.
Oh, he's got some matted hair. What happened to you? Yeah. Do you see this hair here? On his cheek.
Oh.
Yeah. Did you get some gravy in your cheek hair? We need to give you a bath, kitty?
You can't give a cat a bath.
You can give a cat a bath. I've given him a bath before. He actually liked it.
In the sink.
In the sink, yeah. Like,
I'm gonna put you in the sink and rinse you.
he like crawled in the sink while I was brushing my teeth. I just like started it dripping slowly. And then like I just started rubbing the drips into his fur. And like he just put up with it. He was a really good kitty. Really good sport about it. But rare choice, the name Tekla? Yeah. Part of me regrets not giving her that name, but at the same time, she's here now on this planet and doesn't like it. So, yeah, I guess I made the right choice. If you head south along the coast, you'll eventually come to a fisherman's shack. A friend of the Crystarium lives there, a man who goes by the name of Ivor. If Ivor keeps an eye on everything that happens in Calusia and will be able to point you in the right direction. Just hand him a sprig of thyme. That'll let him know that you can be trusted. Here, this should be enough. Find your friend. I'll stay here with the Almaro until you're ready to return. See, how can I get his job? Where you just like chill on the beach, hanging out with the birds. Those are cute little hobgoblins. Oh, they got gooboos here too.
Do those animals?
Yeah, if I get too close, they will attack. It's fine. They call him a moltash.
Oh.
That's what it looked like. This dude just living out here with the monsters, huh? You don't have any fish in your nets. What are you after? Fish? Crab? I think I got an eel in a barrel somewhere, if you got a taste for them. I like unagi. Ooh, I do love a bit of thyme. Chuck some in the pan. It's like a bloody festival of flavor. Now, what is it that I can do for you? Can't say there's been any major upsets to report these past few weeks. Alphino, eh? Yeah, I know the one. Our young champion of the downtrodden. Wait, are you Kimari from Final Fantasy X? Olmor is richer than all Norvant put together, but it's a different story for them, as live outside the city. Must spend every waking moment just trying to stay alive, which makes your friend's dedication to helping others stand out all the more. I can hazard a guess as to where he is now. Get a message to him, but you'll need somewhere quiet to meet, away from prying eyes. Make for Stilltide. That's a fishing village just up the path there. You're looking for a rundown excuse for a tavern. The locals call the Leaky Keel. Wait there. I'll see Alphino joins you. Alright. Is this it exactly 5 feet away?
Big that, but
You could just like... Oh, did you see his butt?
yeah.
The view of his butt was so glorious I leveled up. Cake was so great it became my 73rd birthday. We have Amaro for hire if you're interested. Actually, before I forget, let me add your name to the register. Yeah, there we go. Alright, this must be the Leaky Keel. It honestly kinda nice.
And well,
Wait, is that pizza? Nah, it's a pile of anchovies.
you're like, oh, pizza.
This your first time in a tavern? It's customary to buy a drink if you mean to loiter. What'll you be having? I quit drinking, I'm sorry. Water. Fine choice. What'll you be paying with? Oh, you charge for water, do you? Well, now those are exotic. Where did you come by coins like that? Sorry, dear, I don't doubt they have value. But I don't have a touchstone to test their purity, and I'm not about to go begging for one from the neighbors. So we'll just have to come to some other agreement. Here's an idea. There's a common to the north where we grow vegetables, but lately the pests have been eating more of them than we have. Eating more of them than we have. What do you say to a bit of extermination work? If you want to squash any vermin you find, then visit the caretaker and give him an earful from me for sleeping on the job. It'll be in the old silo next to the fence, snoring like as not. Do that for me, and you can laze about here as long as you like. Yeah, no problem.
And what?
You want to walk around? In this world?
Yeah.
It is a beautiful world.
The dragon's good here.
Are the dragons good? Nah, nobody's good here. Well, yeah, but, you know, we'll stay out of their way. This is their home after all. Yeah.
Well, they're still.
They're still adorable? They are adorable. Alright, I'm here to kill your bugs. There's some blighted crops. Wheat! They can make pizza. It might be like traditional pizza. Do you know what, like, the original pizza was like? It didn't have cheese or sauce. The first pizza was just flat bread with fish on it. They probably used some oil too, but like original pizza looks nothing like today's pizza. I know this because I have studied the history of pizza. Hey, look at the grapes! Fun story about the grapes here. There was a time when they upped the graphics of the grapes. Like, I believe they made all the grapes fully round and beautiful.
That make them look like straw.
But it caused some, like, strain on the actual game engine and caused some major problems for a lot of people.
Isn't that?
Well, yeah. Like, grapes crashed the game, and they had to go take them out and replace them with these little bulbous cocoons.
Yeah, so they're
They're, they do look like strawberry shapes, but yeah. These are like grapes with like 1950s graphics.
Suspicious strawberries.
Yeah.
Ah!
It's just a pestilent swarm.
They're evil.
They're evil? Well, they're bugs. They're just trying to stay alive. But, you know, we can't have that. So we cook them and freeze them.
I bet you keep
1.0 in its flower pots? Like Realm Reborn 1.0? I just noticed my VTuber avatar has dozed off. There we go. Nope, that's not quite right. I want to get my arm in here. There we go. It was detecting my daughter's face as well and freaking out. My webcam can't handle too many faces at the same time. Okay, now you're leaning your face in to make it break. Like Final Fantasy 14 1.0. When you say 1.0, like, no response. Maybe you need to knock louder. Like, I could knock on this door, but like Final Fantasy 14 1.0 would have been like, there was no early access at the time of like Final Fantasy 14's release. I don't think that was a thing. No response. Perhaps the occupants are hard of hearing. Ayo, wake up! Before ARR, yeah. Hear a faint squeaking from the room beyond. Time to burst in and save the day, brave adventurer. No one is home, and judging by the lack of furniture, they haven't been for some time. The gnawed scraps of vegetables on the floor suggest rats have taken up residence in their absence. Well, alright.
But I want to spray a second.
Yeah, I wanted to see what it looked like in there, too.
Not just the big fat darkness.
Not just the big fat darkness. Sorry. They spent all the money on the outdoors. They can't design that. The inside of that silo. But flower pots in 1.0. I'm gonna have to like look that up. Because I heard about the grape problem, but the flower pots? Welcome back, dear. What did that good-for-nothing caretaker have to say for himself?
Wait, what?
Nothing, man. He's gone. Gone. Must have left to join the rest of the hopefuls. In Gate Town. Outside Ulmore? You don't have a clue what I'm talking about, do you? And there I was thinking you were just another dreamer. Well, never mind that. Take a seat where you like, dear. You more than earn it. I'll throw in another drink on the house.
Daddy,
What up?
and the cat's there on the table.
And how is business today, Mistress Theva?
They gave him a poncho?
Oh, frenetic. Look, I have a new customer.
Tis good to see you, my friend. The barley seeds you wanted. They should produce a better harvest than the last.
What, just like that? Oh, Alfie, no, you really are a dear. Well, I'd best be tidying up some of those empty shacks before the pests move in. Keep an eye on the place while I'm out, eh?
And now I just instead of
It seems an age since last we spoke. Not since the prisoner exchange in Doma. It has been even longer for me, of course, if you count the days I've spent here. But the time has only added to the relief I feel seeing you safe and well.
We thought we'd lost you.
Alisaie said much the same thing. I don't think I've ever had such a scolding. But I believe an exchange of news is in order. Come, tell me of your arrival and all that came before.
Alright. I ate some bugs. That was nice. They were covered in honey.
I see. Both the Exarch and Alisaie told me what they knew of events, but I had stubbornly clung on to the hope that all-out war might yet be avoidable. And poor Tataru. She must be sick with worry. We must endeavor to return as soon as we may.
Ah, that's cool. I sent her a pixie.
It would be nice to bring her good tidings for a change. But before we bid this world farewell, we must first ensure that it is not rejoined to the source. We must prevent the 8th Umbral calamity. Urianger's vision of the future has, I fear, every chance of coming true. By his description, the catalyst for the calamity was a formless and deadly weapon employed by the Garlean Empire. Which can only mean one thing. Black Rose. Gaius was telling you the truth. When we were on the trail of the Asians, we saw evidence that the gas was being manufactured once more. Gaius was adamant that the project had been scrapped. But so long as there are wars to be waged, there will always be those determined to win by any means.
It's crazy that we're referencing this. What does that have to do with the current situation?
And thus simply destroying the existing stores of Black Rose would do little to alter fate's course.
I mean, it's important and all.
In that sense, our involuntary journey here to the First was something of a boon. Together with the Exarch, we've developed a theory as to how we believe the rejoining will be set in motion.
Oh.
I'm sure Urianger himself will cover the subject in more detail. But I can tell you the process requires that both worlds, the Source and the First, be facing an existential threat. One being Sin Eaters, of course. They are a menace that I would dearly love to remove, and not just to avert a calamity. I may be a stranger to this world, but I will not stand idly by and let innocent people be slaughtered. That is what brought me to the gates of Yulmore. Ignoring its pretensions as a kind of capital city to what remains of the world, it is nonetheless a center of power and authority. If any solutions are to be found, I believe our search should begin there. What say you, old friend? Hungry for another adventure?
Let's roll, dogs.
And so we take to the road once more.
Whew. All right, and that's that. I do have to get the day rolling, get the kids to school, etc. Thank you so much for watching. I had a great time. We'll pick up here next Friday. I'm excited to see what is going on in the place. Where is the place? I can't see it. Over there. Like, it looks really familiar. It looks like a city out of Final Fantasy IX. Trying to remember it. but I think there were like frogs or cricket things. Forget what they were called. It was a whole deal. It's been a long time. But have a great day, everybody, and I will see you later tonight for another stream, if you so feel inclined. Goodbye, everybody. Stick around, I'll find somebody to raid.